Hello, and welcome to English Conversation Pods. I'm Michael.
And I'm Michelle. We are so happy you are here with us today.
This podcast is for people who are learning English as a second language.
That means you. We speak slowly and clearly so that you can follow along easily.
We talk about everyday topics that happen in real life.
Yes, and today we have a very interesting topic.
Today's topic is, do you sound too direct?
Oh, I love this topic, Michael. It is something that many English learners ask about.
That is right. Many people who are learning English sometimes sound too direct.
And sometimes being too direct can sound rude, even when you do not mean to be rude.
So today, we're going to talk about what it means to sound direct.
We will look at some examples.
And we will learn some very useful phrases to help you sound more natural and polite.
This is going to be a very helpful episode. Let's get started.
So, Michelle, let's start at the beginning. What does it mean to be direct?
Good question. When someone is direct, they say exactly what they mean.
They do not use many extra words.
Right. For example, imagine you want someone to open a window.
A very direct person might say, "Open the window."
That is very short and very direct.
But in English, that can sound like a command, like you are giving an order.
Yes, and that can feel a little rude, especially to someone you do not know well.
So what would a more polite person say instead?
They might say, "Could you please open the window?" Or, "Would you mind opening the window?"
Those sentences are much softer. They are more polite.
Exactly. The meaning is the same, but the feeling is very different.
That is such an important point. The meaning is the same, but the feeling is different.
And in English, the feeling matters a lot.
Let me give some more examples. These are situations that happen every day.
Yes, let's hear them.
Okay, imagine you're at a restaurant. You want more water.
A very direct person might say to the waiter, "Give me more water."
That sounds a little rude, right?
It does. A more polite way would be, "Could I have some more water, please?" Or, "Excuse me, may I have some more water?"
Much better. You're still asking for the same thing, but you're being polite about it.
Here's another example. You're at work. You need a document from your coworker.
A direct person might say, "Send me that document."
And a more polite person might say, "Could you send me that document when you have a moment?" Or, "Would it be possible to get that document from you?"
See how much softer that sounds?
Yes, you're giving the other person a choice. You're being respectful of their time.
That makes a big difference in how people feel when they talk to you.
It really does. People remember how you make them feel.
Okay, so let's talk about how to soften our language.
Softening language means making your words a little gentler, a little kinder.
There are some very simple words and phrases that can help.
The first one is "could you" or "could I."
This is much softer than saying, "do this" or "give me this."
Another very useful phrase is "would you mind."
For example, "Would you mind turning down the music?" That is very polite.
Yes, and another one is "I was wondering if."
Oh, I like that one. For example, "I was wondering if you could help me with something."
That is very soft, very natural.
Here are some more words that can soften your sentences. The word perhaps.
For example, "Perhaps we could meet on Friday instead."
The word maybe also works the same way. Maybe we could try a different approach.
And "a little bit" is also very useful. For example, "Could you speak a little bit more slowly, please?"
See how a little bit makes the request sound smaller, less demanding?
Exactly. These small words make a very big difference.
Let's also talk about saying thank you. This is so important.
Yes, adding "thank you" or "please" to a sentence immediately makes it more polite.
For example, "Please close the door." That is much better than just "close the door."
Or, "Thank you for your help. I really appreciate it."
Simple words, but they make people feel good, and they make you sound very natural.
Michael, I want to talk about something that I think is very interesting.
What is that?
Different cultures have different ideas about being direct.
Oh, that is so true.
In some cultures, being direct is seen as a good thing. It shows that you are honest and confident.
But in many English-speaking countries, especially in the United Kingdom, Canada, and Australia, people prefer to be a little more indirect.
Yes, they use a lot of polite phrases. They try not to be too blunt.
What does blunt mean?
Blunt means saying something in a very direct way without trying to soften it at all.
Right, so if someone says, your presentation was boring, that is blunt.
A more polite way to say the same thing would be, I think the presentation could be a little more engaging. What do you think?
See how much more gentle that sounds? It gives the person a chance to respond.
And in the United States, people are generally a little more direct than in the United Kingdom, but still much more polite than you might expect.
So if you are speaking English with people from different countries, try to notice how they speak.
Yes, pay attention. Do they use a lot of polite phrases? Do they soften their words?
And try to match their style a little bit. That is a very natural thing to do.
That is great advice, Michael.
Okay, let's talk about another important situation, saying no.
Oh, yes, this is something many people struggle with.
Saying no in English can be very tricky. You do not want to be too direct, but you also don't want to be unclear.
Right. If you just say no, that can sound very rude.
So what are some polite ways to say no?
One way is, I'm afraid I can't. For example, I'm afraid I can't make it to the meeting tomorrow.
That sounds polite. You are sorry about it. You are explaining that you cannot do it.
Another good phrase is, I'm sorry, but that doesn't work for me right now.
Very natural, very polite.
You can also say, maybe another time. For example, I can't join you for dinner tonight. Maybe another time.
That leaves the door open. It shows you are still friendly.
And if someone asks you to do something you don't want to do, you can say, I appreciate you asking, but I'm going to have to say no this time.
Oh, I really like that one. You're being appreciative, but you are also being clear.
Yes, you are not being rude, but you're not saying yes when you mean no.
That is so important, being honest but kind at the same time.
Michael, I want to add something. Sometimes it is okay to be direct.
Absolutely. Being polite does not mean you can never be direct.
Right. For example, in an emergency, if there's danger, you need to be very clear and direct.
Yes, if someone is about to touch something hot, you say, stop, don't touch that. You do not say, excuse me, would you perhaps consider not touching that?
That is funny. Yes, in emergencies, being clear and direct is more important than being polite.
And with very close friends, you can also be more direct.
Yes, with your best friend, you might say, I don't like this, or can you just stop? And that is okay because you know each other very well.
The key is to know your relationship with the person and to know the situation.
Exactly. The more formal the situation, the more polite and indirect you should be.
And the closer you are with someone, the more relaxed and direct you can be.
That is a great way to think about it.
Okay, I think we should practice a little bit. Let's take some sentences and make them more polite.
Great idea. I'll say the direct version, and Michael, you can say the more polite version.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, first one. Here it is. Tell me your address.
A more polite way would be, could you tell me your address, please? Or, would you mind sharing your address with me?
Perfect. Okay, next one. Here it is. Be quiet.
Oh, that is a tough one. You could say, could you please keep it down a little? Or, sorry to ask, but would you mind being a bit quieter?
Much better. Okay, one more. Here it is. Fix my problem.
Okay, a more polite way might be, I was hoping you could help me with something I'm struggling with. Would that be possible?
Oh, that is excellent. See how much more friendly and respectful that sounds?
Yes, and the other person is much more likely to want to help you when you ask nicely.
That is absolutely true. People respond so much better to kind language.
So let's do a quick summary of what we learned today.
Great idea. First, being direct means saying exactly what you mean without extra words.
But in English, being too direct can sometimes sound rude, even if you do not mean it that way.
Second, you can soften your language with simple words and phrases.
Phrases like could you, would you, mind, I was wondering if, and maybe.
Third, always add please and thank you. These small words make a very big difference.
Fourth, different cultures have different ideas about being direct. Try to pay attention and match the style of the people around you.
Fifth, saying no does not have to be rude. Use phrases like, I'm afraid I can't, or maybe another time.
And sixth, sometimes being direct is perfectly fine, in emergencies and with close friends.
Wonderful summary, Michael. You covered everything.
We make a good team, Michelle.
We really do.
Well, that's all for today's episode of English Conversation Pods.
I hope you enjoyed it and learned something useful that you can use in your everyday life.
Remember, small changes in the words you choose can make a very big difference.
People will see you as more polite, more friendly, and more natural in English.
And that is a wonderful feeling.
Thank you so much for listening today. It really means a lot to us.
We work hard to make this podcast just for you, and we are so grateful that you are here.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to English Conversation Pods wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Subscribing helps us reach more people who are learning English just like you.
And if you have a moment, please leave us a review. It helps other learners find our show.
We would absolutely love to hear from you.
We will be back very soon with a brand new episode.
The next episode will be out soon, and we think you're going to love it.
Until then, keep practicing your English every single day.
Even just a few minutes a day makes a very big difference over time.
We believe in you. You're doing a great job.
Take care of yourself, and we hope to see you in the next episode.
Bye for now.
Goodbye, everyone. Happy learning!